Hello, it's John Siddique here, and I'm in a very exciting place. I'm in the Leeds Library, and this is the first editions and early editions room. And in my hand, I have something which, to me, is just absolute treasure. This is an 1876 signed edition of Leaves of Grass by Walt Whitman. Walt Whitman carried this book and signed this book. And yeah, and here I am now holding it in my hands. This is obviously a different cover, a different binding that's been put on it. And they've got a few Whitmans here at the library, so I've come in to kind of to sit with these. I'm very interested in how books communicate with the reader and the reader communicates with the book, and in this case how the writer's imprints are still here with the book. So Walt Whitman, has handled this, and now I'm handling it, and we don't know what comes from there. He didn't know that his poems were going to survive down through the years, and he becomes so celebrated. And I think sometimes as a poet, I think to myself, what's the point of all this? Anyway, I'll tell you a little bit more about this in a minute. I want to just show you around the room, and I also want to introduce you to Jane, who I filmed a little clip earlier with her, and I'm going to add a little bit of that in where she is showing us the Whitmans. So we'll cut to that, and then I'll be back here and telling you more about what I'm doing. Look at this lot. These are all first and early editions, and right now Jane, who catalogues this room, is gone off to find me the map of the room, and we're going to be getting down an 1876 signed edition of Leaves of Grass by Walt Whitman. Over here, these are two Whitmans. Yeah. Both Leaves of Grass. No, we've got Leaves of Grass and two rivulets.
And preface to.
Oh yeah, the preface to Leaves of Grass.
Yeah.
So, his essay.
So this is this was the original cover.
Amazing.
So of course it has to stay with the other one.
Wild.
Yeah.
This is the 1855.
Yeah. So there's your leaves, that one.
Are they both the same? I thought these were both 1876, these two, weren't they?
This one is.
Here we go.
1876 signed.
1876 signed.
Portrait.
There he is. Look at that.
It's a great face, hasn't it?
Amazing. He signed this in 1881.
Yeah.
Two rivulets. And then the Leaves of Grass is 1876.
Yeah, that's right.
And there's two.
To do it.
Sorry, my love.
No, it's fine. I'll do it for you, just because I've got
the camera.
You've got the
camera.
camera.
And here he is. Look.
There we are.
There we go.
And it's authentic. We know that.
Astonishing.
Yeah.
Right. Well, like I say, it's not here. No, I'm joking.
I trust you, John.
I know.
I know where you live.
I know, exactly.
I don't think I do, but anyway, never mind.
No, that's wonderful.
But yeah, but please, they've been rebound quite recently by our bookbinder, Brian, because they were in really bad nick.
Yeah.
So they are a nice, readable copy. So please, have a shuffed it, and I'll leave you in here. Do me to show you anything else?
No, I'm fine, I think. I've got my notebook and everything.
I'll move the great big Yorkshire post out of your way. So there you go, John.
So I'm at the Leeds Library, and I've come in especially because I'm working on a commission at the moment to write about. It's meant to be kind of, in my head, the word is ghost poems, but I'm really interested in the relationship between kind of the book and the reader and the book, and kind of the imprints that the the reader leaves behind in the book, and how the book kind of imprints on us as we go through our lives. And one of the books that has made most impact on me as I've gone through my life is Walt Whitman's Leaves of Grass, and they have here in the first editions room, they have an 1887 copy of Leaves of Grass, so that's 22 years after Walt Whitman first produced it. And as we showed you when I was talking to Jane, that it's a signed edition. So here I am, they've left me alone with it, and here we have, I don't know if we just touch the screen and if you can see any better, there we go. There we have his signature and the front piece for Leaves of Grass. And it opens with the inscription, "Come," said my soul, "such verses for my body let us write, for we are one. That should I after death invisibly return, or long, long hence in other spheres, there come to some group of mates the chance resuming, tallying earth soil, trees, winds, tumultuous waves. Ever with pleased smile, ever with pleased smile I may keep on, ever and ever, yet the verses owning, as first I here and now, signing for body and soul, set them to my name," and then it's signed Walt Whitman. So he wrote a little verse to kind of sign under, which is a lovely idea actually. So I think for my next book I'll create maybe a little verse from the front, steal this idea, and kind of when I'm doing a book signing can sign underneath. So if I do that, if that is in the next book, then you know where I've stolen that idea from. Just to kind of know that Whitman handled this book, that this was his own copy. It actually says author's edition. So this is self-published. Walt Whitman published his own books. There was no Faber and Faber, no Cape, no Penguin edition of Leaves of Grass at first. He had to do it himself. And it's interesting that we may have returned to those times. And it's interesting that that the order of poems is different to this, to what I'm used to. I have a kind of facsimile 1855 edition. By this point, he started adding more poems. I'm looking at a section called Inscriptions. So the initial 12 poems that make Leaves of Grass has now, 22 years later, sort of changed form. He's obviously kind of started editing as well and changing things around. So it's very, very interesting to kind of come in at this point. And I've not seen an what did I say it was? An 1887 edition. Yeah, there's poems I've never seen here actually. No labour-saving machine, no discovery have I made, nor will I be able to leave behind me any wealthy bequest to found a hospital or library, no reminiscence of any deed of courage for America, no literary success, no intellect, no book for the bookshelf, only a few carols vibrating through the air I leave for comrades and lovers. So, you know, maybe he didn't think he was going to make it, you know. As writers, we write, and we don't know if anybody will ever read our work. And Walt, you know, he kind of, he sock puppeted his own reviews and, you know, put himself out there, pushed his work into people's hands. You know, famously, he got somebody to review, somebody, I can't remember who it was, somebody big reviewed one of it, Leaves of Grass, and then he had it printed up large, which made the person fall out with him. So I'm just going to get on here and reflect that Walt has handled this book, and I'm going to look for any marginalia in the book and any kind of traces, and just sit with it for a little while and see what comes to me. And I have some ideas in mind for my commission, because the library was, not this library, but libraries in general, were how I managed to survive my kind of youth and teenage years in kind of such a dangerous town where you could get killed literally for walking while being brown, you know. And we had terrible skinheads and National Front problems and things, and you know, not pretend. People weren't kind of pretending that they weren't racist. They were very, very proud about it. But yeah, so I'm just going to get on with this, and I just wanted to say I'll make a video blog properly, maybe later today or tomorrow, just following on from the How to Live Authentically When Your Heart Hurts video. And I just want to say thank you, though, initially for so many people leaving me beautiful messages and emailing me and so on over the last few days. It's been truly heartening that people believe in the work that I do, and are kind of moved by the attempt to live authentically, and to share that, and to share the findings with others, and that it means so much to so many people, and the recognition that even though we awaken, because we live human lives, we still have human lives, and sometimes there's difficult stuff to deal with, and we get tossed about like on the sea, and the only thing we can do is kind of love and love and love ourselves until we kind of sort of reconnect to the sense of presence that's inside us, you know. Even though that it's always there, there's just the daily commitment to love, because we can only be in presence one breath at a time, and we can only love one heartbeat at a time, and we can only be on this earth one heartbeat, one breath at a time. So it's within that we have to live, and even more so, I think, if you're coming from a place of you know, sort of very conditional training in your life, or dysfunction, or you've had emotional or mental illness, or you know, an addiction of some kind, and yet it makes the whole presence, being in presence thing, even sweeter. Anyway, let me make a separate video about that soon, and let me send you lots of love, and I'll speak to you very soon. And I'm in heaven, in here, just in heaven. I mean, my God, look what I have in my hand, you know, incredible. See you later.